Why are you attracted to the same people in love and friendship? Why do you reproduce the same patterns in your relationships? Why do you attract the same kind of people? And why don't you attract the right people? I'm Belk and I'm hypnotherapist for a few years now. I have tools and skills that I put at your service to help you change on your own. The solution is always in you. I will try to explain the attraction process in order to answer the questions raised above. We are attracted either physically, mentally and emotionally by people who either compensate for a lack in 90% of cases, or who bring something more into our lives, something that elevates us. You'll probably think, but how is it missing? I am with this person because I love him, not because I lack him. Well, don't get me wrong. In most cases, we are attracted and we attract people who will allow us to heal a large or several large wounds due to our childhood. We do it unconsciously. As long as everything is going well in the relationship, we don't realize it. We can become aware of this at the time of separation. I am talking about a relationship as much in love as in friendship or family. This awareness can also occur after a death, illness or other significant event. This separation will reactivate this wound or wounds of the soul. There are 5 great wounds to the soul: abandonment, rejection, injustice, betrayal, humiliation. We all have them in us, but with different dominances. I will choose a fairly frequent wound, which is that of abandonment. The person will tend to fill this gap with food, sweets and snacks in his or her daily life. This person can easily gain weight unconsciously. They do not do it voluntarily. People suffering from this injury have often suffered from childhood abandonment by someone of the opposite sex. This may be due to a divorce, a parent who is absent or working all the time, or a deceased parent. It can also occur very early in a baby. He will cry for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, then 1 minute, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and no one will come to meet his emotional needs. The baby doesn't think his mother didn't hear him, he just thinks, I was abandoned. It is this wound that can be reactivated during a separation. People with this wound can't stand to be alone. They always have the TV on in the background of their home so they don't feel this loneliness. They do everything to be in a relationship, even if this relationship does not bring them satisfaction. It serves to fill a void. People who suffer from this pain think they cannot live independently of each other and are ready to suffer terrible things such as deception, domestic violence, an alcoholic or addicted husband. But despite these things they cling. These people, when they find themselves alone, they will rush to the social networks such as Facebook, Instagram and others. They will call people around them to fill this void. They are generally individuals for whom it is inconceivable to travel alone in a foreign country. Even for some people, eating alone in a great restaurant is inconceivable, or going to the cinema without being accompanied. It is a person who, having a relationship with someone who has to go away for a long period of time, will cheat on them or leave them, so that they are no longer alone. Especially if their spouse does not call them every day, and does not reassure them. These are people who often confuse love and object of love. They always aspire to be fulfilled by one or more others. The person with this injury is very jealous and possessive. She has an uncontrollable desire to know all the time where her spouse is, with whom, what he or she is doing and, above all, when he or she will return. These people also adopt this behavior with their children. They are generally suffocating parents. These people have an inordinate desire for sex because it makes them feel like they are living and fills a void. Generally, when you meet these people, they are always accompanied by their spouses at parties, family reunions, and even at work if they can. Physically, they are generally well-coated and with broad, drooping shoulders. They will tend to attract either people with the wounds of rejection or narcissistic perverts. The person suffering from rejection will tend, in the event of a problem, to run away without wanting to discuss. These people will want to anticipate the needs of the other in the relationship, until they forget themselves. And it is when the person with the wound of rejection forgets himself that the person with the wound of abandonment no longer loves him. People who have been rejected have a slim build, as if their bodies should take up as little space as possible. In a relationship, they will tend to leave, while those suffering from abandonment will do everything to be left. People with the rejection wound are very seductive. They always want to please and be accepted in a group. They will do everything to meet the needs of others. They will tend to have savior syndrome. I will come back to this in a lecture that explains unconscious patterns in relationships. While those suffering from abandonment will tend to take on the role of the victim. I will develop the other 4 wounds during my conferences. In fact, I invite you to book a place in advance on the booking page. So all our attractions and the characters of the people we attract are the result of these childhood wounds. That is why I often receive people with the same type of wound. They complain that they are always attracted to the same kind of people, that in their relationship with others, it always happens in the same way, and that it also ends in the same way. So you will ask me, what is the solution in this case? All you have to do is change your behavior. It's easy to say, but it's not that simple, since it's unconscious. How do you want to change something you are not aware of? How do you catch a ghost you don't see? The solution I have implemented is explained as follows. Already, the wound must be reactivated by a separation, a mourning, a click, or something else. Then, the person must not just try to calm this wound in order to forget it and move on. The patient must want to heal. He must be ready to face his past in order to repair it. If so, I agree to support him with my skills and expertise. It is a therapy that is done over 21 days, with 2 sessions per week. The person will work on himself in my office, and after leaving the office, the unconscious will do the work. There will be emotions that will come back, anger, sadness, disgust, regret, etc., but also memories buried within the person. The first phase will consist in changing his memory from bad to neutral by going from the present to the past. The second step will be to repair the past with a technique that I discovered while working on myself, and that has proven its worth on many patients. The last phase will consist in installing positive values to build your present and your future. After these 21 days, you will change, and many things will change in your life. You will automatically move away from your toxic relationships, you will attract the right people, and you will also go to new opportunities in your work. You will travel, you will meet new friendships, maybe a move. You will make new choices in your life, choices that will be more in harmony with yourself. If before working on these injuries you had problems attracting money, it is very likely that the phenomenon would be reversed. If you want to solve this problem, I invite you to do so by clicking on the link below the video. Thank you for watching this video, and see you next week.